Eid Mubarak. Good evening and welcome to the show On the Spot. Tonight we have the Prime Minister and NRM Secretary General, the Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi. An astute political operator, Mbabazi is part of the inner sanctum of the ruling party. Largely, he will speak on the latest acrimony in the sacred precincts of the August House, which preceded the sailing through of the Public Order Management Bill. We shall also put to Honorable Amama Mbabazi some questions which touch on governance and service delivery. Honorable Prime Minister, welcome to the show.
My pleasure to be here.
You're on the spot.
Which spot?
This very spot.
I'm happy to be back.
The bill everybody's been talking about, and what I'm hearing from the people on the streets, in offices and wherever have been, that this is a blow, in fact a sledgehammer, to the open political debate in Uganda. And they even go further and say it goes against the ideals of the NRF government. When you came to town 27 years ago, that this was not expected of you. To them, those I've listened to, they think this is so disappointing. Do you get that kind of feel? Do you hear them?
Well, I've been hearing people who have been speaking out of ignorance, who don't know what they're talking about, because the bill that we passed in Parliament does not do any of those things. All it does, you see, let me give you the history of this bill. First of all, we all know that the constitutional duty of the police, one of the duties, is to maintain law and order, is to protect every citizen and give them the opportunity to exercise their freedoms and rights in Uganda, including the right to demonstrate. Now, under the Police Act, which governs the conduct of the police, there was Section 32, subsection 2, which gave power to the Inspector General of Police to prohibit any demonstration or assembly which he thought would lead to the breach of peace. So a gentleman called Mwanga Chivumbi challenged this in the Constitutional Court, saying that this was in breach of the Constitution.
Unconstitutional.
Yes, in breach of Article 29 of our Constitution, which gives the freedom to people to demonstrate. And the Constitutional Court upheld his argument that indeed that subsection 2, which gave power to the Inspector General of Police to prohibit, was unconstitutional. So, but subsection 1, which was not struck out, actually provided that the police can regulate. So the question was, if we talk about regulation, how does the police regulate? That was important to address.
So you're saying that
if people want to exercise their right, they ought to know how those rights are to be exercised. So all we did was to bring up a bill to fill that gap that was created by the striking out of that subsection 32.
Okay, let us put it more plainly. If a Mr. Kivumbi or a Mr. Kamara wants to demonstrate tomorrow, don't I have first to tell police, or in other words, ask for permission?
Absolutely not.
But I have to notify police, that's what it says.
Exactly.
Then police can tell me either to continue or not, and that's where the contention is.
You see, as I said, police has a responsibility
of maintaining law and order.
Of maintaining law and order.
But not stopping my freedom.
Exactly. To protect you in exercising your freedom. Because there may be people who have an interest that competes with yours.
And the devil is in that detail, because...
Okay, I'm going to tell you the detail now, so that you identify the devil, if there is any. So, in exercising your right to demonstrate, the Constitution is clear that you should not prejudice the rights of others who may not be demonstrating. Let me give an example. Incidentally, let me also explain that this is only in public places. If you are going to demonstrate in a public place.
The right to assemble is inherent.
Yeah, but allow me to explain this.
You cannot give it to me.
But I have not said that anyone has taken it from you.
You can't even take it away.
But nobody has a right to take it away, including you taking away mine. See what I mean? My right.
So why?
My right is equal to yours.
Police.
So if you want to, if you want to demonstrate, if you want to demonstrate, and I don't want to demonstrate, why do you think your right is superior to mine?
So police should come and keep law and order there.
Precisely.
But not to stop me.
No, they will not stop you. Who said they will stop you? They can't. They don't have the power to stop you. All they do...
Honorable Prime Minister, haven't you seen in this town when police is actually beating people, using tear gas, live ammunition, dispersing people who are peacefully demonstrating?
Well, I don't know. You've seen more than I've seen, obviously. But at any rate, this bill was not in place. So we are talking about a bill which is yet to be law. So I hope we are not accusing the bill of...
I'm not accusing the bill, but I'm also showing you the men in uniform who are supposed to be doing the job they are meant to do. And now, if you say they are only going to keep law and order, they could also use the same bill to deny people their right.
But it
is inherent.
But we are talking of something that has passed, that has happened before.
It's a pointer to where we are headed.
No. If the law was not in place, it couldn't have been responsible for what happened before it came into operation. But let me explain,
yes, sir.
Please. The idea is this. You have a right to demonstrate. I have a right to demonstrate. And these demonstrations are in public places, not private. And I've been hearing people say, if you are 2 or 3 or 10 people, and you are going to attend a wedding, then you must ask permission of police. This is wrong. That if you are a political party and you are going to hold a meeting of the party, that you have to ask police permission. Absolutely wrong. That's false. That if you are a member of parliament, like me, and you go to Kanungu or Chinchizi West, and your supporters enthusiastically come to meet you, and they become a crowd, that you seek permission of police before that happens.
If I'm going
this is wrong.
If I am me, I
want the reason why I came here tonight, which is not my normal practice, is because all of you in NTV and other public media have been misrepresenting this law, and I intend to give you information. All right? And the information is that there is nothing like that. If you are a church leader, you are a bishop or a sheikh, and you go and your adherents come to greet you, nothing. This law does not stop
Honorable, I know that, but when it comes to issues of governance, asking government, demanding accountability, that's where you have a problem.
No, absolutely not, because in relation to this bill, the only thing, okay, let me also make this point because the public may not know it. It's true that the bill which government presented to Parliament had many issues which were contentious. However, in the committee of Parliament, the Parliamentary Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, where the opposition is, Katuntu and others, they agreed on positions that we accepted in government. Subsequently, as a matter of fact, the Speaker set up a select committee which looked through these. So the only contentious point that remained was in Clause 8. Mr. Chivumbi, who is now a member of Parliament, objected to Clause 8 as it stands. Let me tell you what it is. Clause 8 imposes a duty on organizers of demonstrations to notify police that they intend to demonstrate, to give particulars of the date, the venue, and so on, the time when they want to demonstrate. And that Clause 8 says that if when the police receives your notice, it has received prior notice from someone else that they intend to do the same in the same venue, same date, at the same time. They politely inform you that, sorry, Mr. Kamara, the date you are proposing has already been taken up by someone else. Could you find another suitable place?
Or you're presenting it in the most calm, smooth kind of way, but that is the clause that could be abused. That is the clause that everybody thinks shouldn't even have been there.
So that's one. Two, it says that if the venue is unsuitable, then the police would say, please, this venue is not suitable. Now, there was something called any other reason. This was contentious. Eventually, actually in Parliament, we conceded, we removed it. So those are the only two reasons why you should give notice to the police, and the police can say, this is unsuitable because it is a market. This is unsuitable for this or that reason. You see,
but if you removed that and the opposition was opposed to that, how come when we were passing the bill, we saw a lot of opposition from them, whom you're quoting, from the human rights group, from the public, from the religious leaders? The writing was on the wall that this is a bad bill.
You know, Mr. Kamara, my only suspicion is that the opposition, you remember, had boycotted Parliament. So I think they missed a lot of what has gone on, and they didn't know what they were talking about. They didn't know what was in the bill.
You're quoting Honorable Abdul Katuntu having agreed with what was finally made, but that is not true.
Oh, well. Now, the competition is between your knowledge and mine.
No, because they are on record for not having accepted this bill. Actually, what happened in Parliament, the chaos that happened, and they even said the NRM party smuggled in the bill on the order paper that was not even there on that day.
Well, now that's a question of fact. I don't like engaging in that kind of talk because it's not helpful. And it's not important anyway. You know, the bill passed by majority in Parliament. It does not matter that there were other people who were opposed to it because it's not the case that laws pass by unanimity. No, it's not the case.
But also, when we come back, we shall look at Article 92 of the Constitution, which prohibits Parliament to pass any law to alter the decision or judgment of any court. As we go back to the Mwanga Kivumbi case, don't go away.
Sure.
We're having the Honorable Prime Minister on the show, on the spot tonight.